Assalamu alaikum, dear clients of the Form Digital Pharma Company. In this video, we will tell you how to maintain sales records in F-Cash program. In order to start working with this program, you need to open the shift when the message "Are you sure to open the shift?" appears by clicking Yes button. It is necessary to select a specific product to make a bill. In the product selection window, you need to enter the name of the product and press Enter button, or scan this product through a scanner if you have one. The program has the ability to search for a product by individual words if you check the composite search cell. Running a product through a scanner is carried out by scanning the barcode of the product. Here you also need to check the By the Piece cell so that you can add a piece quantity of the good to the bill. After selecting a product, you need to enter the quantity in a new window that opens. Here you can also enter piece quantity of goods. To do this, press plus button, select the unit of measurement, press Enter button, enter the quantity and press Enter button again. In the bill punching window, a sales bill is generated when selecting a product, which displays the following data: name, manufacturer, quantity, discounted price, price without discount, amount with discount, amount without discount, expiration date, series, storage location, incoming price, incoming amount, and TETMIN code. The bottom line indicates the total amount of the bill. On the right side of the receipt, a separate window displays the receipt number, today's date, the total amount of the bill, the discount, and the amount paid. The following functions are also implemented here when you click the right mouse button: Edit or Enter to change the quantity of sold goods, Delete to remove goods from the bill, Refresh or F5 to update product data, Certificate to print the certificate, Change the price or Ctrl plus Q to change the sales price of the selected product, Price of incoming or Ctrl plus Y to replace the sales price of the selected product with the incoming price, Change the sum or Ctrl plus E to change the sales amount of the selected product, Discount in percentage or Ctrl plus R to set the discount percentage for the selected product, Round or Ctrl plus T to round the amount of the product to the whole dirham, FOC or Ctrl plus F to provide the product in the receipt as a product discount, Cancel round or Ctrl plus Y to cancel rounding of the product amount, Chronic medicine or Ctrl plus C to enter goods into the chronic calendar to remind clients with chronic diseases. This function works only when selecting a client from your program's directory whose card is created when you click New button. It is also possible to edit this new open client's card by clicking New button again. To send email with a reminder for clients suffering from chronic diseases that the medicine in the pharmacy is running out, you need to go to Supplementary section and select Chronic Calendar function. Next, in a new window, you need to select a client and send him a reminder in WhatsApp by clicking on the button in the form of the WhatsApp icon. Add TETMIN to enter TETMIN code for the product. Font customization to customize the text font in the bill. After pressing the payment button, the bill is closed or punched, and the stock balance entered in it is reduced in the program. In the payment selection window, the following buttons have been introduced by payment types when closing a bill: Cash or F9, MasterCard or F11, Visa or F8, Mobile Payment or F10, Insurance and Home Delivery. This program allows paying for goods using several payment types. To do this, it's necessary to enter the payment amounts in the appropriate cells separately. When closing a receipt, a new window appears which has some functions and filters. Discount cell displays automatically the discount in total terms for the selected client, which is set in the window when pressing Discount AED2 or F2 button. In To Pay cell, the payment amount is calculated automatically, taking into account the discount for the selected client. In the next filter, the client is selected, after which his data are filled automatically in phone and name cells. In the next filter, the doctor is selected whose prescription is provided by the buyer. His data is filled automatically in the doctor cell. To cancel the operation, click on the cross. The amounts of payments by the corresponding types are entered in the cell, cash cell, MasterCard, Visa, mobile payment. The total receipt payment amount is calculated automatically in total cell. In the lowest cell, the difference between the payment amount and the amount of goods in the receipt is calculated automatically. Exchange 1 button is used to calculate the change amount if the payment from the client is made in foreign currency. When pressing it, a new window opens where you need to enter the discount percentage and press the button in the form of a green check mark or enter on the keyboard. Enter button is used to close a bill without printing it. Ctrl plus enter button is used to close a bill and print it out. The button in the form of a cross is used to cancel payment by the bill. Now we shall move on to home delivery button. When pressing it, a new window opens in which you need to select a courier by clicking on the second filter. The courier card is entered in F-Pharmacy program in Reference section in Couriers tab. The check marks in Client and Courier cells are set if you want to send a notification about the delivery of goods to WhatsApp of the client and the courier. The lower 4 buttons are similar to the buttons when closing a bill. After closing a bill, it is saved in the database and is discolored to blue. After the courier delivers the goods to the client and brings the money to the pharmacy, you need to correct this bill by going to All Bills section and click on Roll Back Payment button. Next, you need to issue a bill for the appropriate type of payment. To print a temporary bill for the client, it is necessary to click on the button with the image of printer. The main interface of the program also has several buttons. The button for opening the cash register. The button for viewing the client's purchase history broken down by bill and by products. The button to view the reconciliation statement with the client. Return from customer button is used to return goods from the client. When pressing this button, a new window appears where you need to indicate the bill number and the bill closing date by which you want to return the goods. If the bill number is not specified, then after clicking Return button, a new window opens in which a list of all goods sold on the specified day is uploaded. If the receipt number is specified, then after clicking Return button, a new window opens in which a list of goods sold in the specified bill is uploaded. To return a product from the buyer in a new open window, you need to select the product indicating the quantity returned by the buyer and press Enter button. In this window, another date when the product was sold can be selected, and also the product can be returned. After specifying the quantity of goods, you need to click on Exit button. In the newly generated return bill, you can add goods additionally that the client wants to purchase instead of the goods he is returning. If the amount is indicated with a minus in the bill, then you shall return this amount to the client from the cash register. And if the amount is indicated with a plus, then client shall pay you extra. Next, close the bill using the appropriate payment type. Insurance button is used for selling goods to a client through an insurance company. When pressing it, a new window appears in which some data are calculated and there are cells to be filled in. In the first filter, you need to select an insurance company. In the insurance discount cell, the percentage and the amount of the bill discount are filled in automatically. The discount percentage is set in the insurance company card in F-Pharmacy program. In With Discount cell, the bill amount is calculated automatically, taking into account the discount. In Percentage of Payment cell, percentage and amount of the prepayment for the bill from the client are entered automatically. The prepayment percentage is also set in the insurance company card in F-Pharmacy program. In To Pay cell, the amount of payment for the bill on the part of the buyer is calculated automatically. In Doctor filter, it is necessary to select the doctor whose prescription was provided by the buyer. In the next cell, you need to fill in information about the buyer. In the cell on the right, you shall fill in the amount of payment from the client by the appropriate types. Insurance button is used to close the bill through the insurance company. The following data are displayed in the product selection window: product code, name, manufacturer, number of pieces in the package, sales price, unit of measurement, balance or in fractional form, balance or in whole form, series, expiration date, place of storage, batch number, expiration date, place of storage, margin. There are also the following buttons in this window: select or enter to enter the quantity of the selected products. Take 1 or F6 to reserve one package of the selected product. Take all or F2 to reserve the entire balance of the selected product. Refresh or F5 to update product data. Generic name or Ctrl plus F1 to sort analog of the selected product by its composition. Generic name from the directory or Alt plus F1 to sort analog of the product from the reference book according to its composition. Information or Ctrl plus F12 to view the card of the selected product. Where from and where to view the movement history of the selected product. Certificate to view and print the certificate. Refusal or insert to enter a refusal for the selected product. Wish or Ctrl plus insert to enter the desired quantity of the selected product coming from the warehouse. Wish from the reference book or Alt plus insert to enter the desired quantity of goods from the medicines reference book coming from the warehouse. Edit expiry date to change the expiration date of the selected product. Storage location to enter the storage location of the selected product. Font customization to customize the text font in the product selection window. Price label for printing the price label for the product. In the middle part of the program, the name of the entered product is displayed in the left column, and the barcode of the scanned product is displayed in the right column. Further to the right, there is a filter for selecting a client. When selecting a specific client, the cell on the left displays his information. The next button, New, is used to open a new client card. Contact information should be filled out in the client card. Next, there is a button for downloading the client's purchase history by bills and medicines. The next button is used for downloading the reconciliation statement with the client. When clicking it, a new window opens in which the reconciliation statement is downloaded. There are 3 buttons at the top: to make payment for the client's debt, to update data, to print out the reconciliation statement. In the middle part of the program, there are also cells in which you need to check boxes to change the method of searching and entering goods into the bill. Composite search is to search for a product using sort for letters in the name. By the piece for selling goods by the piece. Next button in the form of cash register is designed to open the cash register. The button in the form of a printer is designed to print a list of goods by the bill. Now we shall move to the top part of the program. The following sections are implemented above the receipt forming window: incoming, operations, bills, payment, shift, cash box, hotline, mail, movement, supplementary, and settings. First, in incoming section, the following subsections have been introduced with functions for carrying out operations upon the receipt of goods. Incoming list. In this section, all receipt documents are visible and buttons are also implemented for activation, for updating data on receipt documents, a data selection column for uploading data on receipt documents, and buttons for selecting the necessary data from the program directory. The cash mark in entered cell is set to display invoices that are not activated. When using it, it is also necessary to click on Refresh button. The contents of the receipt documents are displayed at the bottom of the section. Download the receipt. In this section, all receipt documents from the central warehouse are loaded with the possibility of activation. Open buttons for opening the electronic invoice file and the activation button for activating the invoice are here. The top part displays date and invoice number, document type, and supplier. The contents of the receipt document are displayed at the bottom of the section. Second, in the Operations section, the following subsections have been introduced with functions for viewing information about the product. Party barcode or F7. When clicking this button, the mouse cursor goes to the window for entering the batch barcode of the product in the middle part of the main program window. Barcode or Ctrl plus F7. When pressing this window, the mouse cursor goes to the window for entering the factory barcode of the product in the middle part of the main program window. When pressing this button, a column for searching for the product by name appears. After entering the product name, it is necessary to click on OK button. Next, in the product selection window, products are sorted by the entered name. Generic name or F1. When clicking this button, the register of international non-proprietary names of goods appears. After selecting INN, the corresponding products with the same INN appear in the product selection window. Control or Ctrl plus M. When pressing this button, a list of goods that are under control appears. Products under control are marked with a label in the product card in control cell. Doctor or Ctrl plus D. This button must be used when generating a bill. After pressing it, a new window with a list of doctors appears. Here you need to select the doctor from whom the prescription for the current buyer came and then press Enter button. Sales by prescription from doctors are displayed in the Doctors Report and Doctors Report 2 reports. Function not in leftovers or Ctrl plus N is used to display products that are not in stock currently. When using it, a new window opens in which you need to select the required product for shipment by right-clicking the mouse and selecting Select or Enter function on the keyboard. This window also has Refresh or F5 function for updating data. In Fcash, you have the opportunity to sell a product at a minus price if you do not have it in stock. In this case, a sales receipt is printed. Third, the following subsections with functions for working with bills have been introduced in Bills section. New bill or F4. When pressing this button, a new bill is generated for the client. Recovery. When pressing this button, a previously unclosed bill is restored. Not punched bill. When clicking this button, a new window opens with a list of unclosed bills. All bills. When clicking this button, a window opens where all retail documents are visible and buttons are also implemented. To roll back payment, delete, to update data on retail documents, to print bills, to send a bill to the buyer's WhatsApp, to search for a bill by number, a date selection column for downloading data from retail trade documents, and a button for selecting the necessary date from the program reference book. The bottom of the section displays the contents of the retail documents. Home delivery. When pressing this button, a new window opens with a list of bills by which delivery to clients was made. Insurance. When clicking this button, a new window opens with a list of bills by which goods were sold through insurance companies. Return from customer. About this button we told earlier. Fourth, in payment section, the following buttons have been introduced for the types of payment when closing a bill. Cash or F9, Visa or F8, mobile payment or F10, MasterCard or F11, and insurance. Fifth, in Shift section, the following subsections with functions for working with shifts have been introduced. Report. When clicking this button, a report on the user's shift is displayed, broken down by all types of cash register, and buttons have been introduced. To update data on cash balances in the cash register and to print a shift report. Open. When pressing this button, the process of opening a shift is carried out. Close. When pressing this button, the process of closing a shift is carried out. Change user. When pressing this button, the process of changing user is carried out. Daily report. When clicking this button, a window appears in which you need to enter the date of downloading the sales report for the day. After entering the data and clicking on the green checkmark, the report itself is downloaded. Open next day. When pressing this button, the process of moving the current open shift to the next day is carried out. 6. The following functions have been introduced in cash box section for conducting cash transactions. Stock. When using this function, data on cash balances is displayed broken down by type of cash register. Expenditure of money. When using this function, the process of creating a cash expenditure transaction is carried out with buttons for selecting the necessary data from the program directory and column for selecting the date of the payment. A new window appears where you need to select the appropriate type of expense in Document column. Then select the type of storage location for funds in Cashbox column from where you need to spend the money. Select a supplier in Supplier column, enter the payment date, payment number, payment amount, note if necessary, and select an expense item. Next, you need to click on Save button. After this operation, the balance of money in the cash register or account is reduced, and the amount of the expense is deducted. Incoming of money. When using this function, the process of creating a transaction for the receipt of funds is carried out with buttons for selecting the necessary data from the program directory and the column for selecting the data of the payment. A new window appears where you need to select the appropriate type of money receipt in the Document column, then select the type of the storage location for funds in Cashbox column. From where you need to spend the money, select a supplier in Supplier column, enter the payment date, payment number, payment amount, note if necessary, and also select the receipt item. 7th. In Hotline section, the register of goods in the pharmacy is displayed, and the following functions have been introduced when clicking the right mouse button. Select or Enter function is designed to select a specific product. Refresh or F5 function is designed to update data. Filter by Name function or F3 is designed to search for products by name. Filter by Manufacturer or F4 function is designed to search for products by manufacturer. At the bottom of the section, information about the balance of the selected product in branches is displayed. 8. In Mail section, the following buttons with functions have been introduced for exchanging data between branches of the pharmacy chain. Accept reference book. When you click this button, the process of downloading the directory in the branches received by email from the main office is carried out. Send upload. When clicking this button, the process of sending the database to branches or warehouse, depending on the address specified in the program settings, is carried out for a period of no more than 1 month by email. 9th. In Movement section, Transfer to Branch button has been introduced to carry out the process of moving goods to a branch with the ability to send expense documents by email to branches of the pharmacy chain. 10th. The following buttons with additional program functions have been introduced in Supplementary section. History. When pressing this button, a reference book of medicines opens, and after selecting the desired product, the history of its movement is displayed. Refusals and wishes. When clicking this button, a new window opens displaying refusals and wishes for goods. At the top, all entered refusals for a certain period are displayed with the ability to edit and delete the quantity. When you right-click the mouse, a list of the following functions appears. First, select or enter. This function allows entering the required number of refusals for the selected product. It can also be used when pressing Enter button on the keyboard. When using this function, a window appears where the number of refusals for the selected product is entered, and then click on the green check mark or Enter button on the keyboard. If you decide to cancel this procedure, then you need to press the red button. Second, refresh. This function allows uploading data after any operations have been performed in the program. It can also be used when pressing F5 buttons on the keyboard. Third, delete. This function allows deleting the entered number of refusals for the selected product. It can also be used when pressing delete buttons on the keyboard. At the top, there is a column for selecting the date of data uploaded. At the bottom, the remaining balances of the selected product for which the wish was entered are displayed. Secondary shield. When clicking this button, a new window opens for clients, which displays the data that the pharmacist enters when generating a bill. This window should be placed on the second monitor, which should be located facing the client. Chronic calendar. When clicking this button, a new window opens in which mailing is sent with a reminder to client with chronic diseases that the medicine is running out in the pharmacy. Here you need to select a client and send him a reminder to WhatsApp by clicking on the button in the form of WhatsApp icon. User changing. When clicking this button, a new window opens in which you need to enter PIN code to change the user. 11th. The following buttons with functions for setting up the program have been introduced in Settings section. Settings. When clicking this button, a new window opens which displays subsections in which you configure the scanner, printer, program interface, and storage location for files for sending and receiving by email. I will explain how to work in each subsection. First, scanner. In this tab, you need to click on Setting up a keyboard scanner button. Next, in a new window, you need to click on List of devices button and select one of them. After selecting the device, click on OK button in the pop-up window. Next, you need to press Receive by Name button and scan the item. When the correct barcode is detected, click on OK button in the pop-up window. If the product barcode is not determined, then you need to select another device and repeat the procedure. Wrappers. First, you need to install the driver, which is located on your host computer in Install or Driver or Printer folder. If you do not find this file on your computer, then you can download this driver from the internet. In the search box of the search engine, you need to enter the name of the driver and then download it and save it in a specific folder. In order to install the driver on the printer, you need to run the installation file and then, in the following sequence, select the installation language, click OK, then set the label on the first cell, click on Next button, then again on Next button, and then on Install button. Then the driver installation process takes place, after which you need to click on Finish button. Next such window appears. In it, you need to indicate which version of Windows operating system you have installed, then the connection method, set it to USB, and then specify the model of your thermal printer. Then you need to click on Install Now button. Such window appears in which you need to click on Yes button. Now you need to configure your thermal printer. In Command tab, you need to click on Trial Printing button in order to check how the thermal printer prints. In case you pulled out accidental USB cord and inserted another connector, you need to go to the printer settings, to the Ports tab, and select the port you need. In this case, USB 003. Put a check mark on it and click on OK button. Then in Wrappers tab, you need to check the Print Recept cell and indicate the model of your thermal printer from the list of the bottom line. Third, skins. You do not need to change anything in this tab. Everything should be by default. Fourth, directory. You should set the main directories in this tab. The certificates box, you must specify the folder where the drug certificate files are saved. In incoming box, you must specify the folder where files of incoming documents sent from the warehouse or from another pharmacy are saved. In outgoing box, you must specify the folder from which files of outgoing documents that need to be sent to the warehouse or another pharmacy will be sent. Reset settings. When pressing this button, all program settings are reset. Download license. When clicking this button, a window appears in which you need to select a program license file to activate it. After selecting a license, you need to click on Open button. Now you understand how to keep records on sales. Еще раз. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel to stay always updated. See you soon.